Welcome to Tejano Time Podcast, where we celebrate the music, culture, and traditions of Tejano music. Thanks for joining us as we sit down with the biggest names in Tejano music. From legendary artists to rising stars, we will talk about their latest projects, share stories from the road, and maybe dive into history and heritage of Tejano music. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy this episode of Tejano Time. Here's your host, Keith Vian.
Into Tejano Time Podcast. Good evening to everybody out there, guys. That is right. Another episode right here. It's kicking off the brand new year. This is our second episode, if I'm not mistaken, or third. No, it's actually our second.
Yeah.
Second, yes. Tony's keeping track of that.
Slow down.
Yeah. Slow down, right? Or two down. All right. So check this out. Everybody that's watching right now on Tejano Time, or watching Tejano Time Podcast on Tejano TV. We're streaming it live as well on Tejano TV tonight. So for those of you that are watching right now, thank you. We appreciate you. If you're watching on our YouTube channel or on Facebook on Tejano Time, share the live, okay? Share the live, guys. I would like to welcome back to the show here from Pecos, Texas, okay? She's been on the show before in the past, and it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But hey, check this out. Mari Marquez, welcome back here to Tejano Time. We're definitely are honored to have you back here on the show, and we're gonna have a lot of fun today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, so welcome back.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back and
Yes.
chat with y'all today.
And my co-host as well, Mr. Tony V. Welcome back to the show, my brother.
Yep, thank you. And I'm glad to be here and glad to meet Mari too, also,
Yes, if there's anybody out there that's tuned in, and share the live, guys, okay? Share the live. So I'm trying to do right now. I want to send a big shout out to DJ Taz, Mr. Ruben Garcia, who is tuned in right now from San Antonio as well. So saludos, thank you so much for tuning into the show. So, well, let's get started. Again, we welcomed her back here to the show. It's she's got a lot of great things happening for her right now. As Mari, from Maritza to Mari Marquez, okay, should I say?
Yes, short for Maritza.
Right. So you've been doing this at the age of 6 years old. You started singing. Is that correct?
Yes, I started singing. Younger, but I started performing when I was about 6. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yes,
amazing.
I was performing very different music in comparison to now.
So might I add, she's still in her early 20s, should I say, right now, right?
25.
25. Okay.
Mhm.
So that you're midway through there.
Almost.
Yeah. So
So
25 years
when you
old.
when you say that you were doing other music, what exactly were you doing?
Because you do sing other genres of music, not just Tejano, correct?
What was your question? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. When you were saying that you were doing other kind of music before you got started into Tejano, what were you doing?
Can
What were
you
you
hear me?
singing? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
It's kind of choppy. Let me try to.
I'm hoping you can hear us.
Can you hear us
All
now?
right. One more time.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear? Mari?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. And how about yourself, Tony?
Can you hear me?
I don't think
It's
she's-
frozen right now.
Yeah, you look like you're frozen. Are you running on Wi-Fi by any chance, Tony? But you're moving around, so I can see you. So it might be just a connection that you
Yeah, it might
have
just
there.
be a connection. I'm gonna do one thing. You guys go ahead. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem. I'm just gonna let him do his thing right quick. So you can hear me loud and clear, correct?
Now I can.
Okay, awesome. So we'll get him back on here as soon as he does what he has to do. But anyhow, guys, welcome back to the show. Mari Marquez is my guest here on the Tejano Time Podcast. So share the live if you're watching. If you're viewing the show, thank you so much. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys out there right now. We want to send a big shout out going out to Belen Ruby Rods. Saludos, amigos, she says here. Big shout out to her as well. Great artist as well. And Luis Garcia says, hi, Mari Marquez.
Hey, how are y'all? I hope y'all are doing good. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the podcast today as we wait for for Tony to come back along.
Yeah, definitely. So he'll get back on here in a few minutes. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll check back in with him in just a few minutes. So tell me a little bit about who introduced you to Tejano music. How did it all get started for you? You know, you're still, like I said, you're a rising star, up and coming right now. You got some great music. So how did it get all started? Who introduced you to that?
So, when I was younger, there were two genres that I did not like to sing, and that was music in Spanish. Just, I heard my family listening to it a lot, but I didn't really understand it. So, and then two was country music. Both those are the top two that I sing now, which is ironic. It's funny. What I used to sing, I grew up singing mainly like pop, like, like Cheetah Girls type of stuff. And then and my mom actually first introduced me to the Hana music. She had two cassettes, I remember, over there somewhere in the hallway. And they were, I'm assuming both Selena cassettes. I'm not
Hmm.
sure. She just told me to pick one, and I picked one. And I
Hmm.
listened to it. I think the first song I heard was Bailes de Cumbia, and then that was my introduction to the Hana music. And then as I grew older, I started to listen to it more, and then more artists, and then it grew on me. I fell in love with it. I want to say around middle school is when I started, venturing into like Ram Herrera, which is one of my favorites, as well as with Gary Hobbs, another one of my favorites, and then into high school, and then now I'm like, I love the Hana music. I love
Right.
country music, and mariachi is also a big one that I also sing. So that's kind of how that got started. It grew on me, and I loved it. So
Awesome. That is amazing. I mean, and David Lee Garza is another one of your faves, huh?
La
Yeah.
Mafia.
Yeah. See, she's got some great music that she caught on to early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That big musical influences right there. Some big names right there in the industry.
Mhm.
So yeah, awesome. So Tony, are we good to go?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just changed microphone wires.
Okay.
I
Cool.
don't, I don't I
Cool.
don't know what happened. We were talking good earlier, so I don't know
Yeah,
what
I was
happened.
wondering. I was like,
You know,
Yeah.
everything works fine when you're not streaming.
Yeah.
Once you go live, everything just goes downhill. It
Yeah. And
happens.
like you said, don't do the Wi-Fi thing, and I've never done that, but I was
Yeah.
like, we were just talking just fine earlier. But anyways, you were saying something about country, unless I missed it while I was changing wires out. Uh, who's your favorite male or female country that you look up to?
so right now, my favorite female country artist is Lainey Wilson. She's a big country artist right now. I love her music and her voice. I love that she has that classical country sound, and I love that so much. And another one of my favorites is there's a lot of male country artists that I really like. I want to say George Strait. He's a classic.
There you
So
go.
George Strait is a good one. Um, and Alan Jackson.
Alan
Yeah, two
Jackson.
good ones right there. Yeah, I like that.
Definitely.
Can't go wrong with George Strait too, though.
Oh, and uh, Cody Johnson. He's
Oh, okay.
another one. I love Cody. I've actually been to one of his concerts. He puts on an amazing concert. And my favorite type of country music is like it's a very classical, like not like a classic sounding, like 90s country is what I'm trying to
Mhm.
get at. Old school, more so 80s, 90s country. Not a big fan of country pop. It's okay, but I love the old school sounding country.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Good
That's
stuff. Good stuff right there. Mari
yeah.
Marquez is our guest, guys, right here on the show. Tejano Time, my guest co-host. Well, not my co-host, not my guest co-host, but my co-host, Mr. Tony V. So, uh, what is the best part of being a young Tejana in the industry today? I,
Do you
I know there's a good part and there's a bad part, but let's hear the good part right now.
So the good part, the good part is there's a lot of ideas to come up with. A lot of fresh ideas. It's a new generation, especially whenever you're young. I mean, you can be older and have like all these new ideas and everything, but especially
Right.
whenever you're young. And also, if there's like a skill that you want to learn, right now is like a really, really good time, in my opinion, to start learning it. like I said, you can do it when you're older as well. It's just whenever you're younger, there's just like you're learning a lot of
A
things.
lot
You
of
know what I mean?
things.
Like with me, I want to learn different instruments. And so like the accordion, it's something I want to learn how to do. And
Wow.
so I think that's something I really enjoy.
You shared something with us earlier. You said the word skills. What is,
Mhm.
or you shared it with us earlier. So how can I say it? You do your own stuff, right? You write your
So
own.
So with Mila, I didn't write Mila. That one was a remake. But Que Dolor, I wrote that one, and then I gave that one to Lawrence, and him and some of the guys at the studio, Sevi, and everyone at Slack Monster Studios, they helped me kind of put that song together. Kind of like I said, I read it out, and then they pretty much co-wrote it with me to kind of help me come up with what ended up being. And
Mm.
so but I love to write. I have some but my biggest issue is just melody and translating it to Spanish. Yeah, I'm still getting the hang of learning how to translate it. I'm getting
Hmm.
there, but
Yeah.
it's better to be, to know for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And so what got you into writing your own? I mean, just, I don't think we've ever asked that, or it's just mind boggling how somebody could just decide, I'm going to be a writer, and so
Mhm.
what made you decide to do that?
Well, I've actually always enjoyed writing growing up. It was just something I like to do, whether if it was songs or poems or just writing my feelings out. I always liked to write, even as a little girl, just a hope about anything. And once I hit about fourth grade, I had an English teacher, and she was teaching us how to write essays and different things like that, and a lot of free writing. So she made it very fun. I fell in love with writing even more so then. And there used to be a music camp here in my hometown. Um, do y'all by chance remember Esme Talamantes?
Yes, we do. I
Yes,
know I do.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
I do. Tony doesn't remember her?
Mm.
Yeah, Esme Talamantes. Yes. Ray Talamantes, saxophone, trumpet player, sister. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I believe she's. I'm not sure if she's still living in Houston. I know they lived in Houston or outside of
I
Houston,
think so.
Austin or something like that. Austin, something like that. But yeah, definitely remember her.
Yes, she was hosting the camp here, and she had
Hmm.
a songwriting class. I think I was attending that as well. And then
Hmm.
when I got older and I was starting to take my songwriting more seriously, I would write songs, go back to them, and I hated it. I'm like, why did I write this? What is this? No. And I think what the problem was, one of the problems is I was too scared to put it out there. I was too scared to think, oh, they're going to think that it's like, tacky or something. But
Yeah,
I had to kind of get over that fear, regardless if it's, a well written song or not, we got to start somewhere. So,
exactly.
so that's kind of how I was like, you know what? I'm just going to, I'm
That's
just going to.
interesting. That's interesting you said that, because I've never heard that there's actually a camp or something that you actually attend to be able to learn how to write songs. I didn't even want to do English in high school, and then you want to send me to a writing class or a writing camp.
I mean, it was more so of a music program. And so it was called Summer Jam Camps of Texas. And it was like they had singing, they had dancing, they had a lot of different things. It was a lot of fun. And one year songwriting was an option. So I said, you know what?
Wow.
I'm gonna do that. And that's kind of what came to be. So and I learned a little bit of guitar while there as well, but I just need to keep practicing the guitar really to get fluent. So
Yeah,
It's interesting.
nice,
yes.
Yep.
good stuff right there. Accordion, guitar. I mean, that's wow. You don't play any instruments, right, Tony?
No, other than two little pencils on the. No, I always try. I always. I have an accordion actually. I have a what is called a piano accordion.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I did take out one song, Te vas Angel Mío, but ask me to do it now. Nah, we're not gonna do
You're not
it.
gonna do it right.
Yeah, I want to learn how to play different instruments with the saxophone. I mean saxophone. I mean yeah, the saxophone, but the accordion, one of them.
Hmm.
And but I get, what I'll do is I'll look up, for example, how to play like how to play guitar for beginners or something, right? And I always get so scared because when I look up like ideas or different lessons online on how to play the accordion, a lot of it is in Spanish. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, I gotta pick up the pace so I can kind of keep up. And it helps with learning Spanish, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
I'm
So
pretty
you
sure
grew.
that you'll get it. You know, you see a lot of female right now
Mhm.
playing that accordion. So, you
Yes.
know, keep doing, keep looking into it, and I bet you that you're gonna succeed in doing that.
Oh,
Oh
thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah, but the thing is, right now, the first time I had Mari on my show, it's been probably about, I would say, about a little over a year, maybe, or
Mhm.
less, maybe 9 months, 12 months ago, 11. I don't know. Anyhow, her very first interview, I had her, I believe it was on my radio show, but and she was very shy at the time, and she has opened up a lot. You know what I mean?
Thank
So
you.
she's done a lot of. I'm sure she's done a lot more interviews now than she has before.
Yeah.
So so it showed. But I mean, and I just kept going with the flow because I mean, you have to make them feel as comfortable as possible,
Mhm.
and and she's matured into this great artist, and she's handling herself well. I mean, growing up shy and to where you're at now, writing songs, getting on stage, singing and whatnot, and very open about a lot of things is pretty awesome. I think so. But what happened? Not that I
Ah!
want, not that I want you to continue to be shy. No, no, I understand. I mean, you get up on stage and you sing, but you grew up shy, correct?
Yeah, yes. I grew up since childhood. I was more
Hmm.
on the shy side, with the exception of like family and close friends.
Hmm.
Like with the exception of the people like in my immediate circle, I was always very introvert. I was an introvert, and
Hmm.
and I was just kind of shut down and a little awkward. But I growing kind of. I think I started trying to break out of that shyness about a year ago. Go figure. About a year ago, because I'm like, okay, I don't want like people to think like I'm just like lost, because some people do. They're like, like, are you lost? No, I'm
Yeah.
not. and and because I do have a lot to say, and I think part of the reason why I was quiet is I was shy but also scared to kind of say the things that were on my mind because I didn't want to come off rude.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to kind of learn kind of what I call the art of conversation. You ask questions back, you try giving them more of an elaborate response. um and yeah, so, and also
Yeah.
just to kind of let loose, it's okay to laugh.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, for sure. And I'm just saying, I'm got to give you props for that. You know what I mean? Being, that
thank you, thank you.
I've had you on before, and things have changed a lot in a whole year. You know what I mean? And you have a great team behind you as well, Marty. Correct?
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
have we got Mr. Lawrence as well as
Lawrence,
helping you. Yes, a great
Savvy
guy.
Contreras as
Sevi
well.
Contreras, Slack Monster Studios. I mean,
Hmm.
there's some great guys out there that are producing a
Yes.
lot of good music and whatnot. Helped you along the way from
Hmm.
whether it be songwriting or some, just like you said, when you go into the studio, you have issues with certain different things, and everybody does.
Yeah.
It's not your area. You'll sing, but anything else that's in there, that terminology they use there in the studio, you're like, huh, what? Can I just lay down my voice? But they're gonna show you how it's done right, and that's pretty
Yes.
awesome.
And I,
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to Juan. He helped me a lot with my pronunciations, especially with Mila, Mila, because some parts were kind of faster, and even in Que Dolor,
Hmm.
that and with pitch as well. So he explained it in a way that made it easy to understand. So
Hmm.
shout out to him. He's awesome. He's awesome.
So Mila, was that was the song right now you're currently promoting Que Dolor, which
Mhm.
is her brand new single that's released earlier last year, sometime in I want to say, I don't know, when was it released last year? September or a little
Yeah,
earlier than that?
I think it was in October.
October?
Yeah.
Okay, somewhere around
Mhm.
there. So that's her latest single, which we're gonna play. We've got the video, guys. We've got two visuals here that we're gonna see during the show here. That one and Mila. Mila was the one that was released prior to Que Dolor. And what the heck? Let's play that one right now. Why not? And we'll get the story behind that one right now before we play the song. But let me send a shout out right quick. Well, I had him here. I don't know where it goes there. I want to send a big shout out going to Mr. Ray Martinez as well, man. This guy's is amazing as well. Says, Hola, Kitlian. Have an outstanding show. Greetings. That's right, man. He's a great guy. You know, he's got his own shows también as well, and he's always tuned in as well. So, Ray Martinez, saludos. Thank you for tuning in right here to Tejano
Hi.
Time, my brother. Good deal. Everybody watching on Tejano TV as well. We're streaming it live. Thank you so much for tuning in to Tejano Time podcast. Mondays, 8 p.m. Guys, you don't want to miss that. All right, and everybody that's watching right now live on social media, share the live, guys. Don't be afraid.
Yep.
Hey.
It's still early. We still got plenty of time, so share that live.
Yes, share the live, guys, out there, and comment anything you'd like to comment. Any questions you have for Mari, feel free to drop them in the box system. Rising Tejano star right now, Mari Marquez. We're going to play Mila, the video we got, but tell me a little bit about that song before we get started on there. That's one song that you didn't write, but give me the story behind it.
Okay, so Mila, this one, like I said, as you know, is a remake of, I think the group name is ATM, or I'm not sure if I'm butchering the name or not. ATM or ATM, I don't know, but I according to what I know, that song is written about, it's for his daughter. The man who I guess wrote the song, it's for his daughter. For me, it's to a love interest. I'm gonna be honest, when I first did the song, like, and recorded it and everything, I didn't know what it was about. But you know, and I do try and be careful, you know, to know what I was singing about, to know what I sing about. I'm very careful about what I try and be careful what I put out there. And with Mila, I heard it and I'm just like, oh, because you know, Lawrence is like, let's do a cumbia first, you know, we want to get them dancing. So I'm like, that's awesome idea. So we're going through these lists of songs and I heard Mila, I'm like, that's an awesome song. So that's kind of how that one came to be. So that one, and in the studio, I was having trouble with pitch because in the original song, it's multiple people singing at once, but they're singing in different, like, notes, I
Okay.
guess. And so I couldn't find where to fit in. So, but nonetheless, we made it work, and the work got put in. So.
And this is the finished product, guys, right here. So, we'll take a listen to this one here. Check out this video, and we'll be right back here on the Tejano Time podcast. We also have Que Dolor, which we're going to feature here in just a few minutes también as well. So stick around, guys. Share the live right here on Tejano Time. it is. That was it. Mila right there with Mari Marquez on the Tejano Time podcast, guys. So, yes, definitely. One of her, that was not your debut single, right? Was that your debut single or you had another one before that?
Yes, I've had singles out before, but it was like before I started working with Sebi.
Mhm.
So technically, yeah. As far as working like with Slack Monster, yes.
Awesome. Good deal.
I
So,
have to ask who
mhm,
came up with the graphics. That
yeah,
was different. That was neat though.
Lawrence. He actually was the one that did the video.
yeah.
I think I say this on every interview. I need to meet this Lawrence guy.
I don't think he's come across
He's
Lawrence
just
yet.
awesome.
You
I
That
tell
missed
was
you,
him.
awesome.
yes, I tell you what, he knows how to work the cameras. So
Yeah, it threw me off at first because we're like, okay, we're gonna play the video, and I grabbed my phone and I'm like, oh, what is Keith doing? And I didn't realize, oh, wow, this is pretty cool.
Part of the
That was
video.
awesome.
Yeah. So
Different.
good
It was
stuff, guys. He's
different,
done
but
some great
it's eye
work.
catching. Yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff right there. So, what do you do outside of music, Marty?
so
Any
right
hobbies?
now, I'm sorry.
Any hobbies or anything you do for fun outside of that, or maybe your daytime job? Do you have a
Yeah.
daytime job?
So right now, I'm working. Right now, I work administrative sales, but I'm working on transitioning, going back to subbing because that's what I used to do. And so I'm trying to go back to subbing. I'm also taking a certification program to be a
Mhm.
vet assistant.
Okay.
That is, I've wanted to work with animals for a long time, so I'm currently taking classes for those. I kind of need to get back on the ball for it, but
Right.
taking classes for those as well as I love to go to the gym. I go to church, and then I also, let me see, yeah, pretty much that. Spend time with my family, walk my dog. So
Wonderful. Good stuff right there.
yes,
Yes, and it's always great to. I mean, I love animals myself. I'm a dog lover,
mhm.
so it's definitely something like that. I mean, in your neck of the woods, I can just, I don't know. I can see you doing that. In the
Yeah,
future. There's no doubt about that. Based on a lot of your social media things that you have on your social media page as well, también. So that's something.
yes.
And that speaking of social media, are you very active on social media?
So I used to be very active. Lately, I have not been. You different reasons, but yeah, I haven't been in a while. I need to get back on the ball, especially this past week. But as far as the animals go, I'm actually funny thing. Speaking of working with the animals, because I
Hmm.
grew up around having a lot of dogs and cats, and I funny thing though is that I'm actually trying to get into the specialty of working with farm animals to do
Okay.
vet assistance for that. You know what I mean? I because I've been around them and I love them. I think they're beautiful and they're so smart. And a lot of animals are, but I don't know. I have this like kind of like a drawn to.
Hmm. Yeah. Yep.
So what do you have? You said you have both a dog
Have
and
what?
a cat.
You have a
Oh
dog.
yes,
Yeah, dog and a cat.
yes. 4 dogs and a cat. So
Okay. Four dogs and a cat. Nice.
yes,
How well does the cat get along with the dogs?
oh,
Or the dogs gonna?
she's chill, but when the big ones come out, she hides. So
Yeah, that's typical.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. So,
So that's pretty much that. And then, like I said, I go to the gym. I love to go to the gym. I like to stay fit, healthy. I love to cook as well. So that's another thing I do. It's not a passion of mine, but it's a hobby.
yeah. Cool. Cool. Well, Luis Garcia said that's definitely a good song from Mari. This was right when the song finished earlier. Forgot to add his comment in there, so he definitely liked the song.
Thank
So.
you. Thank
And we
you.
have another one coming for you in just a few minutes, guys. So just hang tight for that as well. All right. So Mari Marquez is our guest tonight, right here on Tejano Time. Um, if you have a question for her, feel free to drop it in the box. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions and whatnot. So, what's the most important lesson you've learned, about the Tejano industry today?
Um, to stay true to yourself, because there's different influence everywhere. People want this, people want that, they think you should do this, they think you should do that. But if you're not being true, like, and comfortable to who you really are, then it's not gonna, I don't know, it's gonna be off, you know what I mean? You're not gonna be at your best, you're not gonna be at
Right.
doing your best work. And it's not gonna feel natural, and if whoever wants you to do a certain something goes against your beliefs, if it goes against your personality that itself, whether it be anything, always stay true to yourself, be honest is another thing, because if you tell people one thing and you do another, well, they're not gonna
Yeah.
trust you.
Yeah.
So those are kind of two things that I've learned. And also to stay, what was I gonna say, those two, and to work hard.
To work hard. Yeah. Stay and
To work hard.
always stay true to yourself. There's no doubt about
Yes.
that. Those are
And love what you
facts.
do.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you don't
Love
love
what
it,
you
then why you doing it? You know what I mean?
do.
That's what I
Exactly.
say. It's just,
Exactly. So
Yeah, you
again,
gotta
it's,
love what you do, or otherwise you're just setting yourself
you're
up to
just
fail.
gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
So
What is?
and I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, just love what you do. And like you said, if you don't, especially with music, you're gonna end up burning yourself out if you don't, because with music it is a lot of work. And if you love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work. So
Yeah, and people
Yeah.
can see that even in performances. They can see that whether you're really into it or whether you're not.
just going through the motions, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we hear it. I've heard it on some interviews that there might be 5 people or there might be 100 people, but you're still going to perform as if we got a full
yep.
house. Because anymore, people can
You
read
never,
right through you, and they're like, "Oh, this person's really not into it," and
yeah,
that could hurt in the long run.
yes, you never know, you never know. So
Yeah. So, Mata, you were part of a couple of things, including the West Texas Talent and Entertainment, and also the
yes.
Mexican American Music Association. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when I, like, as I grew up performing starting at 6. Um, when I entered the West Texas Talent and Entertainment, I made it. I think I did it 2 years in a row. First year, I just made it to preliminary. Second year, I made it to finals. I think that was the year that I actually met Joanna Ray. That's when
Mm.
we met. And I sang. I don't remember what I sang. I sang, one of the songs I sang was "Glitter in the Air." That was my go-to song back then. and
Yeah.
um, and then let's see. Afterwards, I had gone to Fiesta de la Flor, and when I came
Okay.
back, one of my school friends, one of my friends from high school, she sends me a flyer that they're gonna be doing like some sort of like music thing at the mall in Odessa, and she's like, "Oh, like you should totally do it." And I was stoked about it. I said, "Okay, performance opportunity, cool, why not?" And
Hmm.
I went there. I got a hold of the person who was, hosting it, because the contact info was on there. I called him, and he let me perform. And from there, I joined Mexican American Music Association. And then later down the line, few years down the line, is when I met Lawrence, and then I started working with him. So
Very
that's how
good.
that came to be, kind of in
Yeah,
that order.
that order. And music wise, who sends your music out distribution? Who do you have somebody that does that?
Yeah. So Lawrence, he sends out my music.
Great.
So yes, he will send out my music a lot. I personally, I don't know how. I know somewhat of how it works, like the idea, but the ins and the outs, I don't know. So I
Yeah.
kind of had to ask like just different questions as we go through the process.
Yeah. Well, you're going to get a lot of that as you continue to develop as well. In the future. How things work and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So, yep, you just making the music right now and let everybody handle everything. But yeah, it's
Mhm.
always good to know who's out there distributing your music, so that way you can make sure that it's getting in the right hands and to whatever radio station, so they can play your music. And
Oh,
yeah,
yes. I'm sorry. Can I say
I know, I know you know where I'm going with this, right? Go ahead.
Yes, I didn't know you were talking about a promoter. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do. I'm with Cielo Entertainment with
There you go.
Myra.
Hmm.
So she's the one that distributes. I am so sorry. I
No.
misunderstood.
It happens. You have a lot on your plate. You know what I mean? And it's a good thing, and a great person as well, man. So definitely, we definitely get all her stuff. So yeah,
And
she's
this is
on
Yeah,
top
this
on
is
top
where
of
I
her
like
game.
Keith. This is where I
completely.
like Keith because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I could have swore Myra sends it out. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yes.
And did I misinterpret what Keith was asking? But
Hmm.
hey, the man knows how to get around it to get
Hmm.
to get.
Yes. Because
It
when I
threw me
heard,
off completely. I was like, man,
Yeah.
Lawrence, I need to get him on my email list. But then I thought, wait a minute,
yes,
I could have
I
sworn
didn't
Myra.
realize. Yes, I didn't realize until he said, like to making sure like it gets to
Tribute.
the radio stations. I said,
Yeah,
oh, he's talking about promoters.
Yeah. Well, see,
yeah. I tried.
there's a big difference between a promoter and a music distributor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the people that are going to distribute your music are the ones who are going to send it to the radio stations. Sometimes some of them call themselves promoters. I
Mhm.
mean, it just they to me, a promoter is someone who's going to promote an event and bring the band and whatnot. That's in
Yeah.
my eyes, and it's been that way for decades.
Yeah,
And but they go by that as well. Some people do, and not all, but music distributor is something new. Back in the days, we never had that, because you had record
Yeah.
labels, and not right now you have a handful of them. If even it completes a hand right now, I don't even think it does. It's
Yeah.
not even a full hand. But back in the days when they would have radio tours where the artists would go around to the radio stations and whatnot and take their
Yeah.
music personally, which
It
was
was a
pretty
lot
cool.
of in person.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
So
I'm
definitely
glad you
missed that.
fixed that, Keith, because I was getting confused. I was like, wait a minute, we're gonna have to talk about this after the show because
something's not clicking.
Something's not clicking right.
So
Yeah,
here's where his expertise comes in, and he knew exactly how to word it and get it figured out.
and get it figured
Yes.
out right. Yep. Awesome, awesome. So we have another song. We have another video here. We want to play here from Mari as well, and we're gonna let her tell the story about this one here. This is a song that you wrote, right? Que dolor.
Yes, I did. The song was originally called Tu Recuerdo. We eventually, when as we were working on the song, my I think it was my idea to have it called Tu Recuerdo. I could be wrong. I gotta think about that one. But as we were in the studio and we were kind of going over the song, in the chorus it goes, "Ay, qué dolor," and it stuck, right? It sounds like a title, so we kept it that way, "Qué dolor," and this one I wrote pretty quickly. I wrote it while I was at work. We were slow. It was a slow day and I got on the computer, and that's usually whenever if I have nothing to do, sometimes I'm just on my computer, Google Docs, and I will just start writing a song. Or
Yeah,
just writing out, right? And I was going through a really, really bad heartbreak. Probably one of the worst heartbreaks I'd, been through. And, I forgive this person. We ended up on good terms. We ended fine. But I wrote this during that time, like as I was going through it. And so, and I told him about it, and he was kind of like, oh my gosh, like laughing. But I wrote the song very quickly, about 10-15 minutes. And it's not like I was really trying to rush it. I don't think. Maybe it was more so it just kind of flowed. It just flowed naturally.
yeah.
So I was just tapping away, and then that's when the song, I might have just formed it like into like the chorus and the verses, but yes.
So that song really came from the heart. Then, if you wrote it that quick,
Well, I don't know if it was exactly that quick, but I do know it was pretty quickly, because it was some
yeah,
time ago.
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
Talent as well. 15
Thank you.
minutes, somewhere around there, 20 maybe max,
Yeah.
with some thoughts. But yeah, great stuff. So we're gonna check the song out right now, guys. And remember, everything that you've heard today on the show as well is available on all digital platforms. Okay, Que Dolor, Mila, all her music is there. Search it on all your favorite platform and add it to your playlist, guys. Okay, another rising Tejano star here in the industry. We're talking about Mari Marquez. Okay, so check this video out, and we'll be right back here in just a few short minutes, guys.
Can you hear me?
There you go. You guys couldn't hear me. My mic was muted.
Oh.
Sorry about that. That's it right there. Que Dolor was the name of the song right there. It's available on all digital platforms, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you guys go out there and add it to your playlist, guys. Okay, search it right there. You know, Mari Marquez, Que Dolor. She's got other songs out there as well. Add those to your playlist. Go out there and give it a shot if you liked what you heard. Most definitely, that's why she's here. She's here to promote her music, promote, anything that she's got going on, her visuals, her videos. Mari, we also want to congratulate you as well on being nominated for the Premios Mundial, Tejano Mundial Awards
Yes.
2024 Social Media Artist of the Year. That's what you're nominated for in there. So definitely would like for everyone out there to go out and vote for her, for one. Okay, you can scan that QR code right there. If not, you can also look her up on her Facebook page. She's got it on there as well. And vote for her. And congratulations to you.
Thank you. I'm really excited. Oh my gosh, I'm very, very excited. So thank y'all also for putting that out there and for the congratulations as well. Thank you. I'm very excited.
Yes, and you should be.
Thank you.
well deserved, right?
Thank you.
Says how's okay. Luis has a question here. Says, Wani, how's your new song called? I'm proud of you, Mari, for the Tejano Mundial. Okay, so that's Luis got to see it. And your new song is called Que Dolor. Yes, so probably looking for it and searching for it right now on digital platforms. So yes, it's called Que Dolor, Luis. Yes, that's the new song. Good
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you, Luis Garcia. It is called Que Dolor from Marquez.
Yep. So it's out. It's and on all digital platforms, guys. So again, there's a lot of great things happening for you right now. They're happening for you in 2024. So that's a great thing. I'm sure you're looking forward to a lot more great things in 2025. If you had the opportunity to plan a festival on your behalf, what would you? Who would be your headliner? Just a thought. Just throw it out there. Somebody out there.
Gary Hobbs.
Gary Hobbs would be your headliner.
Gary
Nice.
Hobbs, definitely.
Great
Love.
choice.
Yes. So he's definitely one of my top up there. So Gary Hobbs or Lainey Wilson. Or yeah.
It's like the second or third time you say Gary Hobbs.
I'm sorry.
It's like the second or third time you mention Gary Hobbs. So, would you like to collaborate with him?
Did you get that? Did you get that, Marty?
No, it sounds like.
Oh, he's cutting out. So what he's trying to what his question that he had for you was it's been a few times that you mentioned Gary Hobbs already. He says, is that an artist that you would like to collaborate with maybe sometime?
Yes.
Someday?
Yes, I would. Yeah, there's a lot of different artists, but he's been kind of one of the day ones. Whenever I started kind of venturing into the into other Tejano artists, he's I think I remember being in 8th grade and I had a certain list of Tejano songs I was listening to, and En Mi Mundo was one of them. And I remember hearing Gary Hobbs growing up, and I think that was kind of my first introduction to Gary Hobbs, his music. So
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. So you got that right, Tony?
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. He got you on that one. So what's next on your bucket list?
Oh, well, right now I'm actually I really want to work on an album. That's something I've been wanting to do for a while, or an EP, one or the other. And yeah, so I want to do that. I've been thinking about entering it also into Christian music, and then learning. I'm sorry.
I said, okay, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
And learning an instrument also. So at least there's multiple I want to learn, but at least one instrument. So yeah. So it's between the guitar or the accordion. There's, like I said, multiple, but those are my kind of my top two because it's easier to sing with those, in my personal opinion. So
yeah, that's true. It's easier said than done, right?
Yeah, I
don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I can do it. Play the accordion and sing, or maybe a guitar. A guitar kind of like, yeah, it's gonna be out of tune and all kinds of stuff. If you could get me up there to say anything, sing or anything.
for years, one of my biggest like hiccups, I guess, if you will, what that's something I would keep having to work on is my timing. I would always get off for some reason, and so I'm like, you know what, if I'm gonna play an instrument and sing at the same time, I better get that timing down. I don't
Good
really have
timing.
another
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
so so
Yeah,
yes.
good deal, good deal. So, if anyone wanted to look you up, like you said, you haven't been very active on social media, but you're on social medias at times. So, when you are, and your fans or followers want to look you up, where can they look you up at?
So you can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Yes, so you can find me on those, and it's under Mari Marquez.
There you go. So if you guys are out there tuned in right now to the show and want to give her a follow, there she just gave out her handle right there for her social media platforms. So give her a follow and keep up with all her latest stuff that's happening with her. 2025 is just getting started, so I'm sure she's got a lot of things planned. Do you have a date? Or maybe I know you just got out of the studio with this song back in October and
Mhm.
whatnot. So are you already working on another song, another single for the future, or is that something you're maybe writing another song right now as we speak?
Right now, I'm not writing anything right now. Right now, like I'm not in the middle of writing a song, but I
Mhm.
do have some already written that are ready to go. I
Okay.
just need to actually take them to the studio. So
Wow.
yes, I have quite a
Wow.
few actually written that I've compiled. It's just a
Hmm.
matter of actually putting it together. And this is something I would be wanting to put in the actual EP or album, whatever it's gonna be.
Hmm.
So.
Wow. Wow. Do you have any thoughts of maybe when you if it is going to be an album or even an EP? Of course, it's going to need a name. Do you have anything that you would like to name that? And any thing on the
I
top of your head right now?
I had one. I've had a few. I want it to be something meaningful.
Hmm.
I want it to be something meaningful because it is my first one. So um no, I don't have anything set. Not yet.
Nothing yet.
But I for sure I do want it to be something with meaning to it. So
Yeah, of course, of course. It would be your first EP or first album at that. So you want to make sure it's meaningful. Definitely. I don't have
mhm.
anything that would say anything otherwise. You know what I mean? I would go with that. What you just said there for sure. If it was my project, I would like to do that. Yeah, make sure you take some time. Your thought. Good question. That's coming from Rory and Smith is watching the show as well. Sabrina Hernandez is tuned in. So Sabrina, thank you. She says hello.
Hi.
And Rory Ann Smith there. Thank you for watching the show. Everybody that's tuned in right now, thank you so much. Share the live, guys. Still want you to share the live. We're about to wrap things up here with the show here in just a few minutes. But we definitely will encourage everybody to still share it. Why not? And everybody on Tejano TV is watching. Thank you. We appreciate you, man. Any last words, Tone?
Well, if she
Yeah, just thank y'all for watching, and I hope to put out some good things soon. And also, I always look forward to interviewing with y'all, as well as thank y'all again for watching and supporting. And yeah, so
Yes,
big
and
thank you.
don't forget to go out and vote, guys, as well. Okay, please. Show her some love. Definitely right there. She's social media artist of the year right there. And Premios Tejano Mundial 2024. Go out there and submit your vote. And there's all other categories for other artists and stuff like that as well. So go out there and check that out. Que Dolor is available on all digital platforms. Mari Marquez. Okay, so go out there and stream it, add it to your playlist. We appreciate you guys for taking the time here to watch us tonight here on Tejano Time. As always, it's the Rory says she's excited for you for sure. Hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Luis says definitely an enjoyable show. Well, thank you, Luis.
Yep,
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you all.
Yes, so we look forward to what 2025 has in store for you, Mari, and we hope to have you back here on the show sometime throughout the year with some more new music, more videos and whatnot. You can
Mhm.
always request their songs on local radio stations, internet radio stations as well. Mari Marquez, Que Dolor is her latest single that's out right now. So go out there and request it, guys. Why not? You know what I mean? So it's there. So anything from you, Tony?
Oh, if she can hear me.
You can hear
She
him?
can't hear me still.
Oh,
Nope.
no, she can't hear you.
I
Okay.
wonder what's going on. No, I was just going to ask her, if there's any chance that we might see her around March during fanfare.
Oh, he's talking about sometime in March, Fanfare maybe. Is there any possibilities he's going to be out there this year in 2025?
Yes, yes. So I expect to be performing at Fanfare. That is something that Lawrence did bring to my attention. So I'm hoping for the best. I do have some songs in mind that I want to do, especially my songs. So I am looking forward to that. I will be attending though, for sure.
Awesome. There we go. So you got that answered. That answered your question right there, Tony. So yeah, definitely. He's going to be out there. We might be out there for a day or two. We're not sure when or what, but we'll definitely keep everybody informed, and we'll look out to see if you're going to be out there performing, and what stage and what all that other good stuff. So yeah,
Yes.
definitely. So
Yes.
that's happening very very soon, coming up in March. I want to say yeah. So it's just right around the corner, guys. So make plans. All right. Again, Mari, thank you so much for taking the time here to join us here on Tejano Time. As always, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you on the show. Always great to talk to you and catch up with you. And we look forward to the next, and we will talk to you very, very soon. So you
Yeah, it
take
was
care
good to
and God
speak to you.
bless.
Likewise.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, have a great night. Okay, hang tight.
Oh, you too. Sorry, I thought.